Great.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority conferred on me, I constitute this assembly a congregation of the Cornerstone Institute. Thank you.
I'm just going to do a brief prayer. Almighty God, thank you so much for this wonderful, joyous occasion, this celebration. I pray that this would be a very good proceeding for everyone involved and that you would bless all our graduates. Amen. I now hand over to the CEO, Mr. Vasir Dermat, for his welcome.
Good evening, President, Chairman of the Board, respected faculty and staff, proud families, friends, and especially exceptional graduates. Today, we celebrate a significant milestone in your lives, the culmination of your hard work, resilience, and commitment. On behalf of Cornerstone, it is my honor to welcome you to this special occasion, your graduation ceremony. Graduation marks both an ending and a beginning. You're transitioning from the structured environment of higher education into a world that is today more dynamic than ever before. This new landscape, both here in South Africa and globally, is being reshaped by rapid technological advancements, the influence of artificial intelligence, and ever-evolving demands for creative solutions. It's a world of opportunity where careers may shift quickly, and adaptability has become a prized skill.
Yeah.
At Cornerstone, we anticipated these changes. We understand that our graduates must go beyond the academic. You need to be thinkers, doers, and agents for change. Through your education, we've fostered not just knowledge, but resilience, adaptability, and a strong ethical foundation. To meet the needs of this fast-paced world, you've learned to approach challenges with integrity, compassion, and respect. Values we believe are indispensable. The CEO of NASPAS, a leader in innovation, said, "Innovation and adaptability will define our continent's future, and that it's not just about being technologically proficient. It is also about having the courage to lead, to keep learning, and to move forward, even when the path isn't clear." You embody these qualities, and they will serve you well as you enter careers that will take unexpected turns, where problems don't always have clear solutions, and where your ability to think independently and creatively will be invaluable. As Cornerstone graduates, you are prepared to engage with this world of change, to bring fresh perspectives and innovative thinking to the challenges before you. Your education has given you more than a degree. It has equipped you to lead, to drive positive change, and to contribute meaningfully to South Africa and the world beyond. As you step into this new chapter, do so with confidence. The road ahead will bear its challenges, but you are prepared to meet them with insight, purpose, and resilience. Cornerstone is proud to have played a part in your journey, and we look forward to witnessing the impact you will make as professionals, leaders, and change makers. Congratulations to each one of you.
Thank you, questions. I now want to do about autography about graduation speaker. Before I do that, I just want to say everybody accepts. Okay, thank you so much for being here today. So, we have a very special person speaking text. Wasal Gowdy is the chairperson of Cornerstone Institute's Board of Directors. And as I read through this at the end, you find out why it is such a meaningful thing for us to have you speak here today. Marcel Welding was born in Johannesburg, educated in Cape Town, and graduated from the University of Cape Town. Described as part of the 1976 generation, that says something about his age. Marcel worked initially as a tutor and lecturer at UCT before joining the trade union movement, eventually becoming Deputy General Secretary of the National Union of Mine Workers. He was also one of 20 Kisato leaders who were elected to the first Democratic Parliament in 1994, after spending a year before that as the speechwriter for Nelson Mandela during the 1993 and 1994 period, leading up to the general elections. After 3 years in Parliament, he decided to leave, and together with a union colleague, the first publicly traded union investment company on the JSE pool, the HCI. I might want to read that properly, but it's in the booklet. Capsule. Marcel was the executive chairman for 17 years, during which time he also led the establishment of ETG, South Africa's first independent TV station. He left HCI and ETV in 2014 and now runs a family-owned business which includes both private and public investments. Among those are Rex Trufor, Texton Property Group, and Hunani Financial Services. He played a role, this is important for us, he played a role in rescuing Cornerstone Institute, where he faced some challenges in its early years. That was about 10 years ago. He is the doting father of 2 children, Edith and Liam, whom are his pride and joy. Marcel, thank you so much for being with us today and to present it to us.
Thank you, Mr. President, CEO, faculty and staff, family and friends, and finally our graduating class of 2024. Thank you for the invitation to address you on this very auspicious occasion. These speeches are meant to be entertaining, sometimes humorous, and ultimately to contribute to the arsenal of lessons and advice you receive from learned and experienced individuals. They're supposed to energize you for the journey you're about to undertake as you enter a significant phase of your life. Unfortunately, while I hold degrees I never had the privilege of attending any of my own graduation ceremonies, much to the dismay of my parents. I'll explain why shortly. So I'm only going on hearsay of what these events entail and how they are usually done. Since I disappointed my parents by not having any graduation ceremonies they could attend, I've asked my mother to be here today. So, Mommy, I'm making up for 45 years of you missing a graduation. You can actually now see for the first time what it entails and what actually takes place. The reason I did not attend my graduation was because I studied in a different era, a time when you needed a permit granted by the government as a privilege and not a right to attend a liberal, predominantly white university like UCT, where I studied an arcane subject called CADL, which was the Comparative African Government and Law. Many of us used this subject as the raison d'etre, the reason we went to University of Cape Town, as opposed to going to some of the other colleges like UWC. It now feels like a distant memory. I was a bit of a rebel, a fighter for justice, freedom and equality for all people. And I believe that attending and practicing and participating in the graduation ceremony symbolized for me an acquiescence of racial injustice. Not all black students felt like I felt. Some did, and I was one of them. In hindsight, I didn't see how important and symbolic that moment had been for my parents and siblings. And graduation would have marked the culmination of their sacrifice and support for my education. It brought them immense joy to see me being capped, but I felt differently. For me, not attending was a symbolic act, a demonstration that racial prejudice that deemed black students inferior to white students was in fact complete nonsense. Today, we hear the same drivel being peddled by some privileged white South Africans who believe that black South Africans fear merit-based competition. But that is a conversation for another time. Because I didn't attend these ceremonies, I never got to hear the advice or guidance usually shared with graduates on what lies ahead in a life for a young black degreed person. Never had a day like this. Our times have changed. And it's truly wonderful to be here today with proud parents and excited graduates. So my message today comes in two forms, in two stories. My own story a bit, and your story, your journey, and your future. I hope that in each of these stories there are some lessons for all of us. So let me start with my journey. I lived in a different time. I was the product, as Beverly said, of the 1976 student uprising. I attended a local school here in Alexander Sinton, which became focal point during the student revolts. It was a period of intense resistance, youth resistance, until the early 1980s. The convergence of activism for decades from political parties, trade unions, civil organizations, and religious organizations eventually led to the dawn of democracy, where one person, one vote finally allowed us to choose a government of our choice. Despite the early gloom, the era of Nelson Mandela brought a new dawn of hope, reconciliation, and opportunity. I was 34 at the time when this came about. But before that, my journey from university, where I am today, has been far from smooth. After graduating, I entered the trade union movement, first in the public sector, where I was summarily dismissed for challenging the corrupt leadership, and eventually I ended up in the National Union of Mine Workers in 1985, then headed by our current president, Cyril Ramaphosa. I spent over 9 years serving the union, and through the workers I served, I learned some of the most valuable lessons about life, of purpose, solidarity, desire, sadness, joy, competition, compassion, kindness, and every other emotion in between. It was a daily grind, the cut and thrust of struggle. So I slowly came to understand, unless you love what you do, life is meaningless. A degree opens up doors, But what you do with it, that's what defines your journey. Ultimately, you choose the path you take. Sometimes that path won't be what your parents had in mind for you. I remember my late dad, father telling me, son, you must get a degree and become a professional, an accountant, a lawyer, a teacher. Nobody can take that away from you. It was a safe option, stable, predictable. But as you gathered, I took little advice in those days. I followed my inner voice. Although I suspected my parents were initially disappointed, they didn't take up the conventional job. They saw that I loved what I was doing, and they supported me all the way. That's what loving parents do. They support you. Because in the end, it's your life to live. And the only way to live, a way to become the best version of yourself, is through the belief in you. In my union days, I faced many challenges. My union represented 95% African miners from Lesotho, Mozambique, Swaziland, and from the rural areas of Eastern Cape, former Transkei and Ciskei. We also had a small group of colored workers from Namaqualand and surrounding areas. Despite these demographics, I was elected the Deputy General Secretary to Cyril, and at that moment, when that took place, I learned an enduring lesson: the power of non-racialism and the value of having an authentic voice. Speak the truth and trust will follow. I also learned other valuable lessons during this process in the unions. Never underestimate the insight of people doing the most menial jobs. They have opinions, they have desires, they make decisions, and often they surprise you. Sometimes standing up for your beliefs is difficult. Sometimes circumstances don't allow it, and that's understandable. You won't win every battle. Your arguments will be defeated. You'll be in the minority, but when the majority decides, accept it with grace and work hard to give that decision the best shot for success. Lastly, never ever undermine collective decisions. Doing so weakens an organization. If the issue is too deeply against your conscience, then leave and pursue what you believe is right. I've had to do that in my life, and each time I had to wrestle with my ego, my prejudice, and my pride. Those moments of submission teach us as much as those victories we have. How do you handle those moments? I had a union president who was a very, very wise man. His name was James Motlatsi. He was a miner from Lesotho. He once told me, son, if you get knocked off your path and find yourself facing another direction, don't fight it. Walk the new path. It's a lesson that has stayed with me since that message he gave me. Because it focuses you on purpose and keeps you moving forward. Workers with their calloused hands and long memories taught me more than any university could ever. These miners labored, and they still labor today, 2.5 kilometers underground in suffocating heat, cramped in stopes barely 1.5 meters high, with deafening drills and groaning rocks. Death was a daily possibility. The most important thing of the job was to keep everyone safe. So as you start your journey, it won't be smooth. There'll be bumps, there'll be detours, and off-road moments. But as long as you keep going, that's what matters. But you might say, what if I've knocked off course and I end up facing the wrong way? Maybe you weren't on the right path in the beginning. Maybe now you found the right one. My journey has allowed me to see the highs and lows in the pursuit of my dreams. Now let's talk about your journey and the future. Your journey so far has been remarkable. You stand on the threshold of new horizons, rich with opportunity. They're yours to be seized. But remember, you didn't get there alone. Your parents, your families, your friends supported you. Their sacrifices, financial, emotional, spiritual, helped you succeed. For first-generation graduates, this moment is even more profound. Whatever you accomplish will always be a result of someone else's support, a parent, a lecturer, a friend, and they deserve your gratitude. I'm exceptionally proud of our faculty. Many of our lecturers aren't just educators, they're on a mission. Teaching isn't just a job for them, it's a calling. And at Cornerstone Institute, they've lived with purpose, training hundreds of psychologists, teachers, and other professionals who serve their communities with distinction. Let your passion guide you. I think of no higher calling in life than a life of service, one that makes society better. But we're living in challenging times. You already experienced COVID, wars, economic instability. Now we face a world reshaped potentially by protectionism, tariffs, and rising autarky. This shifting global order will challenge our country, our communities, and they'll challenge you. But there's no joy to be found in building something meaningful in difficult times. It's in these difficult times that you will have to forge your path, and there can be no greater fulfillment and joy than a life of service. A life of service makes you stronger and wiser, more engaged. It uplifts your family, your friends, and your community. It's about giving, not just taking. It's about sharing, not just grabbing. It's about slaying the dragons that diminish our humanity, envy, greed, and self-centeredness. These temptations are real. They haunt us as we climb the ladder of success. But I want to advise you, don't push others down to reach the top. Extend a hand, offer encouragement, help others rise with you. That's how you become your best self, by remembering where you come from, how others have helped you, and how you now help others realize their dreams. Stay focused, but be aware of those crying out for help. Dream boldly, but live consciously. Speak truth when others stay silent. Stay silent when the world is shouting over itself. Don't always choose the easy road. Sometimes the path less traveled holds the greatest rewards. Because your purpose is to leave footprints for others to follow, to write a story that inspired those who come after you. Let me be honest, we live in a world of instant everything, instant likes, instant delivery, instant feedback. And so we start expecting instant success. But the most meaningful place and the most meaningful things in life don't arrive instantly. They take time, they take effort, and they take patience. Whether you're building a career, starting a business, creating wealth, or healing generational trauma, remember, progress is a slow build. You won't be CEO overnight. You can't retire wealthy without a plan. You won't fix family wounds in one conversation. But day by day, step by step, with discipline and purpose, you'll get there. Impatience tells you to quit. Patience reminds you that growth is happening, even if you can't see it. So as you step into the world, chase your dreams boldly. Give them time to grow. Be patient with your journey, because the best things in life take time. To the class of 24, may your future be bright, may your voice grow stronger, and may you live your dream and have fun and laughter along the way. Your life is a one-act play, no dress rehearsals, so enjoy it to the fullest. Thank you for the honor of sharing my story today.
Thank you so very we appreciate you sharing this with our graduates today. We now get to have our SRC President, Mr. Tim Simpson. He's going to address our graduates as President of the Student Body of 2025.
Good evening, esteemed graduates. It is an incredible honor and privilege to present to you today. The President, the Chairperson of the Board, management, faculty, and staff, we want to express our gratitude for your commitment to constant improvement of the university and fostering the growth of the students. And to the guests, we welcome you and thank you for bearing with those who have graduated. It is very possibly a very long few years for you, but you have endured and can stand proudly with the graduates. To the graduates, many of you are already in the work world, or perhaps this is an additional degree. Nonetheless, now that you have finished your degree, there is still a transition into a new season of your life. A new season in which you can start afresh and make a difference to those around you. You bring something unique to the city and to this nation that no one else can. My grandpa loves to remind me, you are unique and special, just like everybody else. Isn't that the idea, though? That each and every one of us can and should bring something unique and special to the table. Your contribution to our society is absolutely invaluable and can only make us better. If there's one thing I can leave with you this evening, it's this: never stop learning. Each moment of your life has brought and will continue to bring a new opportunity to learn. You didn't just learn the content in your degree, you learned how to persevere, to find creative solutions, and to work with all sorts of different people. Students, well done. Don't just be graduates, be innovators. Don't just be followers, be leaders. Don't just be good, be exceptional.
I like that word, exceptional, extraordinary. Thank you, Till. We're now going to have an item in song. We're going to have Althea and Marshy Jacobs. Althea is one of our staff members, and we're so proud that we can use our own staff members' talents at events like this. So while they are, so I just wanted to say, we're going to be eating each evening. I know you were waiting one night for that piece to play for you, but if you're getting it, we're just going to sing this song and then close her off. Okay? I do want you to enjoy this next the item that they're going to sing for us, and then you'll do the conferring after that. Thank you.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost in no direction. Our faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. I gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just keep on going.
And I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. waiting on the other side is the always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to love. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the yes. So you gotta keep on moving, keep climbing, keep the faith. Oh, you gotta keep the
Well, if with the speeches and that song you're not inspired, then I can't help you. But what I can say is, students, your moment has arrived. Mr. President, I present to you candidates who have successfully completed the qualification requirements and have fulfilled all the conditions required by the national accreditation bodies and our board of directors, academic office and senate. This qualifies these candidates, both present and in absentia, to be awarded the following qualifications. And our registrar, Dr. Crystal Janiker, will present the conferment of all candidates. The higher certificates. Mr. President, I request you to confer the higher certificate upon the following candidates and upon qualifying candidates in absentia. Nokubonga Mepeni. Mr. President, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Theology in Community Leadership degree upon the following candidates and upon qualifying candidates in absentia. Moses Odiamu Mulia.
Congratulations.
Mr. President, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Arts degree upon the following candidates and upon qualifying candidates in absentia. Stefani Uranita Karlitz with distinction. Lundi Mazizi. Ferdows Sanders. Liska Grace Adams. Sarita Justine Hurley with distinction. Lisa Rochelle Ma. Kristen Chelsea Hanney. Merlin Davids. Elton Andrew Splinter with distinction. Tulisile Masemola.
Let's go. Let's say anything.
Yuguit Biosea Kamuanda Mukeshimana. Gordon Clausen. Hope Funzo Budar. Johannes Andreas van Zyl with distinction. Alicia Gutierrez with distinction. Jade Raquel Parsons. Celia Kelsey with distinction. Mr. President, I request you to confer the postgraduate certificate in education in foundation phase teaching upon the following candidates and upon qualifying candidates in absentia. Chelsea Ann Celine Milam. Karen Lee Eustacia Verret. Andrea Courtney Muller with distinction. Lorna Makiti. Monique Williams with distinction. Masejo Portia James. Roxanne Saul. Zainab Daywood. Fumulani Angel Lambao. Awelani Dorcas Kaku. Ethan Dale Duplessis. Andrea Shanae Eckard. Jacomina Maria Buerta with distinction. Jody Franz. Victoria Dale McIntosh with distinction. Nonkoliso Esther Yonga. Kate Amber Micklejohn with distinction. Leslie Ann Ridgway. Tatum Diane Cupido. Chelsea Jade Adams with distinction. Zoe Chelsea Kuber. Notemba Sheila Unomu. Sibulele Mtsi. Kauta Weir Jadar. Kim Reed with distinction. Mr. President, I request you to confer the postgraduate certificate in education in intermediate phase teaching upon the following candidates and upon qualifying candidates in absentia. Kaylee Kaifu Winquest. Annika Jacoba van Wyk with distinction. Sandra Nonkulise Magadlela. Georgia K. Christine Humphrey. Justin Ona de Korte. Melissa Caroline Cooper with distinction. Janet Sam Smith. Galaletsang Machudiso Tatsiani. Cameron Ivan Africa. Vogala Petunia Puravatu.
He's big.
Nombulelo Flores Tamtwana. Kelebogile Moleko. Ryan Christopher Swartz with distinction. Joy Peterson. Lakita Simone Fayes with distinction. Tasha Michaels. Bocello Theophilus or Moirwagali. Kumuzile Sizeni Nkabinde. Mamutseke Rebecca Moruaro. Mishka Bota. Claire Ray Wippenaar. Natasha Mantua.
Order.
Chantal de Blanche with distinction. Taryn Amy van Wydik. Tandiwe Gracious Zayedwa. Sihle Nowazi Nandi Siboza. Mr. President, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Psychology degree upon the following candidates and upon qualifying candidates in absentia. Kelebogile Kuketsu Selembe. Sky Vera de Pontes with distinction. Tiffany Joy Cunningham with distinction. Lizanne van Staden with distinction. Chloe Ann Bourbon with distinction and also the top student in the program. Chelsea Diogenides with distinction. Ntombenhle Kumalo. Ronique Robin Wilson.
Is
Ayanda Mzulu Lekak. Tanansi Joy Joe. Michaela Nibs with distinction. Megan Dreyer with distinction. Shaylee Becker with distinction. Hannah Evelyn with distinction. Mia van der Merwe with distinction. Armand Engelbrecht. Amy Jenkins with distinction. Anushka Kotsier. Firdaus Hanif.
Oops, please.
Angelam Lebeko. Nakoisha Cleo Damon. Akola Woodhouseman Bonke. Shanita Margaman.
Sesi.
Busisiwe Dubulekwele. Asite Beleba. Tumelo Kafliso Mokitime. Carl David Sandile Saldana. Jelgert Louis Pietersen. Faris Jacobs, and the person who will be placing the robe on him is his mother, Nariman Latu, a star painter. We want to keep it in the family. Mr. President, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Psychology B-Psych equivalent degree upon the following candidates and upon qualifying candidates in absentia. Natin Zola. Mr. President, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Community Development degree upon the following candidates and upon qualifying candidates in absentia. Bilkies Benjamin. Thank you, Mr. President and Registrar. We will now present the Merit Awards. The first is our Teaching Awards. Our Teaching Awards recognize teaching excellence in line with our institutional values. 2 awards are presented per teaching semester, one for the contact delivery mode for on-campus, and the other for distance delivery mode or online. All permanent and adjunct faculty who lecture during the relevant period are eligible for nomination. Before I name our latest Teaching Award recipients, I would like to acknowledge the following honorable mentions who were also strong candidates for the awards. If these academics are present, I ask that they just quickly stand where they are so that we can applaud them. For contact mode teaching, the runner-up was Geraldine Franciscus of the Psychology Department. For distance mode teaching, the runner-up was Sine van Heerden of the School of Education. Thank you to these aides for their excellent teaching. And now for our latest Teaching Award winners And as I call your name, please come to the stage for contact mode teaching. Dr. Sarani Sivington of the Psychology Department. And as Sawubona comes forward, I'd like to read what one of the people who nominated her for the award said about her teaching. Dr. Symington is truly passionate about the materials she teaches to her students. She's consistent in providing lectures. Furthermore, she provides the material in a clear, understandable way by relating it to real-world examples. She knows what she is teaching about and has practical experience in the field of psychology. Congratulations. The winner of the Teaching Award for Distance Mode Delivery is Francis Wessels of the School of Education. The person who nominated Francis said the following: Dr. Wessels deserves an award for her outstanding teaching because her lessons are engaging, clear, and well-structured, making even complex topics understandable. She creates a supportive learning environment, encouraging questions and critical thinking. Her dedication is evident through her engaging nature and willingness to offer extra help outside of class. What sets her apart is a passion for teaching, which inspires students to excel. The genuine care for our progress and success as future educators make her not just a great teacher, but a mentor who positively impacts our futures. We are very proud of these colleagues who exemplify our mission and values that we would like to shine through in our teaching and our lectures. The next type of award is for students, the academic awards, and they are presented to the top achieving graduate per qualification category. Eligible candidates must have completed the qualification within the specified time for the program. The academic awards for this graduation cohort go to the following candidates, and those who are present can please come to the stage to receive your certificate. For the higher certificate category, it's Nariman Latu, who we saw earlier, but she's working elsewhere in the building currently, so she can't come to the front, and we'll definitely keep her certificate for her. For the undergraduate degree category, also not present, but let's applaud Angela Carol Alton. For the postgraduate certificate category, not present, but let's applaud Melissa Mayberg. For the postgraduate degree category, Chloe Ann Bowen. I now hand over to Marcel Golding, the chairperson of our board of directors, to announce the Against All Odds Award. After that, Professor Crane Sardine will present the President's Award.
Again, I have the distinct honor to nominate or present the Against All Odds Award. Against All Odds Award recognizes a graduating student who overcame unusual and extenuating circumstances. The student against all odds was determined to achieve her goal, despite several obstacles, remain a Cornerstone student continue to pass and complete their program of study successfully. The criteria for the award are courage and determination, integrity, and good standing with Cornerstone Fluid. The Against All Odds Award for 2025 goes to Moses Mumians.
Sorry. If I can just say something about Moses. Moses has studied for how long was? 2 years? Yeah. 30. Yeah, it's taken him a very long time to get this degree. So you can imagine what it means like to...
Thank you. We're going to be making what is called the President's Award. Faculty, staff and students together nominate and decide on the student who receives the President's Award, namely a student who best represents Cornerstone's core values. While the candidate may not be the top academic performer, she or he must possess all the attributes we celebrate as a community. Therefore, the award is made to a final year student who has shown consistency of character, was actively involved in the broader community, supported fellow students, demonstrated academic excellence, and is spiritually, socially, and academically well-rounded. The Cornerstone President's Award for April 2025 goes to Angela Orton.
So I believe that Angela cannot be with us, so the award is made in absentia. But I'd like to just describe the way in which some of her colleagues have painted a picture of who she is. Angela has remained true to herself, passionate, driven, and supportive, lifting others while striving for her own success, as seen in her 2 years of SRC service. She exemplifies academic excellence, integrity, and balance, managing family, friends, church, work, and studies with grace, making her a true inspiration at Cornerstone Institute. She is the first in her family to graduate. Jesus.
Thank you, everybody, for this part of our ceremony. It's a very special time. I watched people dance very tastefully on their high heels across the stage. I say no, but what we want to do now is ask our artists to come forward once more and grace us with another song.
Boo, boo. Please, so she.
Oh stage before you. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot hide. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can always taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words of your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where both begins. On your skin, no one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words of your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still uncertain. Yeah, can we clap our hands? I'm lucky this word blossom 2025. Release your inhibition. On your skin, no one else can feel it for you. Yeah, no one else and no one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. On your skin, no one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still So feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. So drench yourself in words unspoken and live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten.
Wow, that was amazing. Before I do the official family events, this is the last time that our registrar, Dr. Janika, is going to be at our graduation. So she will be moving elsewhere. So we just want to ask you to stand, and we just like to give you go and say thank you to you for that. And then for those who received awards and marketing, we did pray that it thanks, but marketing is often to really like to just get a picture or, do a little, let's just say a picture, okay? So I would say, I think in the Thai room, is that right? Well, they'll find you. But if they could just capture you with your board, they'd really appreciate that. Now, when you walk in here, everything looks beautiful, and you just come in and you sit and you enjoy it, and we really want everybody that walks through the doors to enjoy it. And if it looks like it did, I think we did quite a good job. But an occasion as auspicious as this cannot take place without the involvement of key and instrumental people. And so, we'd like to acknowledge and thank those who played a part in the success of this memorial memorable occasion this evening. Firstly, we'd like to say thank you to the board of Cornerstone, management, the staff, faculty, and faculty of Cornerstone Institute, honoring our graduates with your presence today. I think it means a lot for them to see the people who have been lecturing them, or to see the people behind the scenes that they've interacted with, celebrate with them today. And then to our chairperson of the board, who was also our speaker for today, Mr. Marcel Golding, we want to say thank you for the message that you brought to our graduates today. It meant a lot for us after being with us for 10 years to have you share words of wisdom with our students. Our graduates, not our students. And then to our artists, Anthea Kletodas and Marshall Jacobs, you were phenomenal. You have an amazing talent. Thank you for sharing that with us today. I saw our graduates standing, I saw smiles, I saw people clapping and just getting into the song with you, and I think it was just perfect for tonight, so thank you for that. And then to Monsieur Dale for the use of this amazing building, and also for IBM and team, the sounders. Every time we have a graduation, it becomes easier and easier because they are a phenomenal team. And it's just been amazing working with them. So thank you to everybody up there, and to Ivy, if you're there, Ivy, thank you. And they even still further behind the scenes are, when it comes to the emails that go out, checking if you all the job modules and, just all of those things. To the graduation committee and staff involved with all of that, who contributed over the past few months in the preparation for today and making this day a memorable day for our graduates. It would not have been possible without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also to the staff working today, I just want to say thank you to those who are at the back, those who are standing up front. It takes quite a lot of us to pull this off. This is our most important event of the year. That's how special you are. And we just want to say thank you to them. And then also our service providers, Nike, who's been faithful to us and as they're part of our family. Thank you to you and your team for just always showing up before the time, being with us, making the photos lovely. Please get your pictures, don't forget. If you didn't get, you can still. And then also to the House of Graduates. And we also want to just say thank you for being there for us and ensuring that we're looking all academic. And then there's a group of people who walked alongside our graduates and were there for them when they were deprived of sleep. They were miserable, and they did not eat because of stress. The heroes who had to see that accounts were paid and transport was covered. To the parents, husbands, wives, grandparents, uncles, aunts, siblings, friends, and the children who are heard shout, "Mommy," from over there. Perhaps you should stand. I think you should all stand. You have also graduated today. And then lastly, to our graduates, it's been such a joy sitting up here and seeing your face and just watching you people with joy. I just want to say thank you for allowing us as Cornerstone Institute to journey with you, and then also for attending on this special day. I saw people from Joburg, and hope just seeing you on stage just warmed my heart. You are the reason this other fancies. There you are, yes. Jacques of the SRC, Sila, Alton. Okay, I can't do this, so I'm not going to. But all of the best to each of you. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sing the anthem, and then we will do the closing. And after the anthem, I'd like you all to please remain standing as our president dissolves the congregation and the stage party with faculty exits the auditorium. What's going to happen after that is graduates can exit as well, but go into the foyer area where you can throw your caps up, take your pictures, hug and laugh and jump and skip and celebrate with your families. Okay, so for now, if you can all stand. And then just remain standing until everything else has taken place. Thank you.
Così si keleli Afrika Malupakani su Kongo Waio Israel pitanda Soyetu Così si kelela Tina Lusapo Waio Morena boluca se chabasa Suzu Ufedi se tintrale matrele O se buluke o Si buluke si chabasa Yesu si chabasa South Africa South Africa Hey, blow van onze hemel, hey, gita van ons zeer, voor ons eeuwige gebed is, waar ik aan zijn antwoord geef. Sounds the call to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I now dissolve this congregation of the Cornerstone Institute.